I'm going to suggest if you don't have a siddur at home, that you go on and say Torah blessings, Hebrew only, and you will pull them up. And maybe another week we will do it, but today I want to do something with Pesach. Okay? But I was going to see if I could get that and the other on the screen. Wonderful technical skills. I couldn't figure out how to do them both. So here we are. But Hebrew blessings, Torah only. It came right up.
And there's, I used a video, Diane, that if I find it, I'll email it, because I have your email.
Okay.
To practice.
Okay.
Okay, I think you'll find you can read most of them.
Yeah.
Because you're going to find you can read the things for Pesach that I'm going to put on the screen in a minute. Okay? Let me just mark who's here. I like to sort of keep attendance. Teresa's here, Karen's here, Hillary's here, and
There she is.
Celia's here. We're all here today. Yay! Welcome, Celia. Full class today. Oh, wonderful. That's the best kind of day. Did I mark you in now? Yes, I did. Everybody's in. Great. And today we're going to do something a little different. I know a few of you weren't here last couple of weeks, and I know there are probably questions, but I'm going to skip to a Passover thing that I was actually asked to do, and I think it might be kind of fun. So if you will bear with me, I am going to share the screen. Hopefully. Good. There we are. Now if I can get rid of us.
I'm impressed, Joan. I'm impressed.
No, don't get too impressed because I haven't pulled it out. I haven't got rid of us. I knew how to do this earlier. How did I do it? Can I pull it? Yeah. There we go. Yay. Are you impressed now? Okay. This is not exactly a full Haggadah, but they're the blessings that you will be saying at the Seder and the 4 questions. That's kind of fun. And I will tell you, it's not in the book. This is not in the book. You got to look at the screen. Julia sent this to me and said, you've got to do Passover. So here we are. And at the very top, there are some letters, white letters, and we haven't had them all. Anybody want to guess what they say?
Pesach.
Pesach. Pesach.
Pesach.
Pesach. Right. Get the right vowel. That you could do. We haven't had samach. The middle letter is a samach. And have we had the regular chaf? I don't think so. But that's Pesach. Okay. So we found out last week that the first part, what Joe Gerseva called the bracha formula, the first 6 words, you can read. So who's going to be do I do the volunteering or is somebody going to volunteer to read the first 6 words?
I'll do it.
Okay, go.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam
Perfect.
Hooray.
Go on.
Pri Hagafen.
Wow, who was that?
Celia.
Celia. Okay, thank you. I couldn't see your picture and I couldn't tell. Perfect. What's
Can I
that?
ask a question?
Wait, first she's going to answer my question, and then then you can ask your question because I'll forget. What did you just read, Celia?
The blessing over the wine.
You got it. Question, Diane?
Yes, when you said Pesach, wouldn't it actually read Pesach?
No, it says Pesach.
Where's the chaf?
I'm going to tell you.
Oh,
This little baby over here is the chaf. Notice it is closed at the top where the hay is open right there. And this is not pay, it's peh.
Yeah.
This is the peh. Samach, that's the samach. We haven't had that. Sach.
okay.
Sach. Okay. Everybody got it? Celia just brilliantly read the bracha over the wine. Any questions about it? We have new letters.
Yeah, Joan, there were
Letters in there I've never learned. I mean,
That's
there's
right.
like, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
but not in the first line. You've learned everything in the first line.
No, we didn't learn the Gimel.
Yeah, we didn't learn the G, the Gimel, yeah.
Yeah, but we've done everything in this first line.
Right. The
Yeah.
second line is a
And
given.
now that's where I'm going, right here. What's this word?
Aruch.
Array,
Array.
array,
Okay, and we had to pay. What is this one?
Hooray.
free,
And the only one there's
uh, goffin.
okay, this is a gimel, and this is a pay. It's the pay without a dot in it.
Hagaf.
A guffin.
Yeah, Hagaf.
See it?
Mhm.
Gimel and pay without a dot in it. Actually, the pay and the pay are the same letter, but when it comes at the beginning of a syllable or beginning of a word, especially, it has the dot and it's pare, because it's easier to pronounce. When it's in the middle of a word, it's an F sound. Guffin.
But Joan, what about under the aleph in the first line? There's like 5 dots.
Right here.
I've
Oh,
never
we
seen
discussed
that.
last week. Right. Okay. You will find some vowels have the silent vowel before them. So what this really is the 3-dot F with the silent vowel in front of it. And it's a
Oh,
grammatical thing. I'll tell you why it is. And if you forget it, it's fine. The reason is if it would, it should be the silent vowel, but if it was a silent vowel under an aleph, you couldn't pronounce it.
right.
So they had, it's the same thing over here. Here's an aleph with the silent, with a vowel. They had to add a vowel because the silent vowel wouldn't make it pronounceable. And if you see it, just ignore it and read it as the three dots or the line or whatever it is.
Mhm.
Okay? Any other questions about the first line, especially because that is the bracha formula. My friend Joe Graseva always said that, the bracha formula. And if you know that, you can read almost any bracha. Okay?
That Adonai is the same as the one we learned, but it's different.
It is, okay, that Adonai is the same as the one you learned, and I think there are like 18 or 20 different ways of writing it. Maybe it's more than that. So you just have to learn them all and recognize them. Okay, there's this one, there's the hey, there's the yud hey vav hey, which I don't have anywhere here. And there are other ways of writing too. Sometimes you get, my pearl is getting excited. Shelby, can you find out what's bothering her, please? She's very vocal. 17 pounds of love, but very vocal. Probably somebody walked down the sidewalk, you know, a half a block away and she heard it. Okay.
Okay.
Are there any questions about what we've done so far? No? I can only see half of you, so you've got to shout out if there are other questions. Okay, let's look at the second one. Who wants to read just the first line?
I will.
Okay,
Laura.
go ahead, Laura.
Okay. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam.
Okay, you did half by memory. Half
Half my memory is right, but you know, they're saying something for that as well, because we've said these prayers for so many years that when you're reading it, your brain says, oh, I know what that is. So it's
Absolutely,
good.
absolutely.
It's good.
But I want to catch you on a couple of things.
Okay.
And not just you, but everybody. And if you're in the synagogue, you'll hear this all the time. If we're reading Sephardi Hebrew, it's Adonai, not Adonai. If it's Ashkenazi, it's Adonai. And Olam, if it's Sephardi, it's Olam. You see the vowel over here, right by my little pointer?
Mhm.
Olam.
Mhm.
But you're used to saying Adonai, Olam. And and it's not wrong, but it's sort of a mishmash if you're doing it both ways. So it's kind of nice to get it one way or the other. And since we're practicing the Sephardi way, as most of our synagogues do now, let's do it the Sephardi way. Oh wait, this word we just had, what was it?
Ray.
Hooray.
Hooray. We had just had this one.
Pre.
Ha,
Adam.
One,
Adama.
all right, Rochelle, say it.
Ha'adama.
That wasn't Rochelle, but okay. Ha, okay. What is that?
the root,
The what?
the bitter herb.
No.
Well, I'm guessing here.
Adama. Adama is the earth.
Yeah, beret. Hadamar.
It's actually, it can't, yeah, it is the bitter. You're right. My mind is a little bit
Oh,
mixed up.
good.
Yeah, it's anything that comes from the earth. So if you were one who said blessings over everything you eat, and there are people who do this, if you were eating celery, you would say ha'adama, ha'adama, which is saying, praised are you, O Lord our God, King of the universe. That's the first line. Praise, Baruch, Ata Adonai, are you, O God, are you God, our God, King of the universe. You've really got Adonai Eloheinu on both words for God. Melech HaOlam, King of the universe, Borei, who created, the fruit of the earth, Ha'adamah. Over here, the fruit of the vine. So you can understand what you're saying when you say this blessing over the wine. If you're thanking God for creating the fruit of the vine. Okay, and when you're taking anything that's grown in the earth, it would be Borei Pri Ha'adama. And we're not gonna get what I want. No, we're not. Okay. The next one, I'm gonna tell you another one. It's not on here. If it said Ha'etz, Ayin Sadi, it would be Borei Pri Ha'etz, who created the fruit of the tree. So if you're on Rosh Hashanah, when you take the apple to dip it into honey, you say Borei Pri Ha'etz. So it's just the one word that's changed. It's Gafen Haminza. Gafen is the vine, Adama is earth, and Etz is tree.
And would you spell that, please?
Ayin Sadi Sophie.
I thought it was itself. Okay,
Okay.
thank you. Mhm.
Okay, good for you to want the spelling. That's great. All right, I think I can do this. Okay. Now we are getting another one, which is getting a little more complicated, but what about the first line? Are there any changes?
No.
No.
The bracha formula, let's say it together. Baruch
Baruch.
Ha'adonai.
Adonai
Eloheinu melech haolam.
Ha'olam. I heard a few Adonais. Let's try to get Adonai in there. But you all said Ha'olam. That was great. What's the next word?
Hamotzi.
Hamotzi.
Emotzi.
Hamotzi lehem min
Sorry,
haaretz.
Joan, what line are you on? I'm confused. I
Number
can't.
3.
Okay, number 3.
Second
Thank
line
you.
and line 3.
Emotzi.
Hamotzi lehem min
Lechem.
haaretz.
What's this one?
Lehem
Me.
min haaretz.
Ah,
Haaretz.
Haaretz. Again, this is something you've been saying and you've probably just heard it. Now you can read it and you can make sure you got it down right. Hamotzi lechem
Lehem
min
min
haaretz.
haaretz.
Let me just cancel this call because I think he took her out. Oh God, I have to take this. I'm sorry. Hello? Hello? Yeah? We'll be there. Thank you. Bye-bye. It was a doctor's office confirming my appointment tomorrow morning at 10:45. And God knows if I put it on the calendar.
Question, the end of the last word,
Great.
I assume that's a tsa, but the dot after it, would it make it a who?
Wait a minute, where are you?
Oh,
This
Haaretz.
the end of 3.
Haaretz. It's a period.
Period.
Oh, a period. Strange place for a period.
Why is it a strange place?
Hmm?
The end of the sentence.
It's the end of the sentence.
Right. Oh, but it looked like it was in the middle of the letter. Okay,
No, okay, stop.
because it goes below the line.
It isn't below the line, it's on the line. Below the line, it's a vowel.
No, the letter goes below the
The
line.
letter goes below the line, but the period is right on the line.
Thank you.
Try to think of the letters being within lines. I don't know if you ever seen these machbarot, these notebooks that kids have, where they
Is
write.
that an ending tzaddik?
Is that what?
An ending tzaddik?
Sadi. Sadi. Sadi.
Okay.
Not
Yes.
Sadi. Sadi.
We
Yes.
just had the regular one.
Here's the regular one.
Mhm.
Here's the final one.
Okay. Thank you.
Joan, I have a question on also on that line, but the second word from the right.
The second
Yes,
word is
that
line.
word.
Let's learn. Let's try. I'm not trying to be difficult, but I want you to get in the habit of thinking from right to left, and that's why there's a period. So the second word in the line, this one, Bonnie?
Yes, so I missed last week's class. So to me, the T with the would be ta, but you guys said lechem.
Yes, because let's see if we can find a top that I can show you easily rather than trying to describe it.
It's right here.
Right
Mhm.
here, right
Below-
here.
Or,
This one,
wait,
Yeah,
that one has a dot, a tail.
Ah,
Top has a tail. The chet is like a hay, but it's closed.
okay, they're different
The hay,
letters.
the
Okay.
hay is open, the chet is closed.
Did we learn that letter?
No.
I don't think
No.
so. No,
Okay. I studied really hard and I just want to make sure I didn't miss something.
you
Okay.
didn't miss anything, but what you people are doing beautifully is recalling the brachot that you've said forever and ever.
That's
And
right.
now you're seeing them and trying to read them. And that's wonderful. And when I said to Julia, but we wouldn't have all the letters, she said, let them sound them out. And I think it's fun because now when you sit down at your Seder, you're not just doing it by rote. And you're also understanding what this means. This was, let's go back to the third one. We never translated this. Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. What does that mean?
blessing over the bread.
Yes. Okay. Praised are you, O Lord our God, King of the universe, who brings forth bread from the earth. Hamotzi, who brings forth bread from the earth. So that's what you're saying when you say Hamotzi. And of course, on Pesach, you do say Hamotzi, but you immediately follow it with a longer bracha, which starts with which line, Hillary?
Line 4.
Yeah, read me just the first line.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam.
Oh, you're so fast. Look.
Oh, my.
You are speedy Kadidi. Okay,
Is that good or bad?
it's wonderful.
Share.
Why would it be bad if you're reading fast?
Yeah, I
What's
know
this word?
A share.
Share. We had those letters, nothing new. And we had all of these.
Shanu.
It's Shanu.
Wait, what's the first letter?
It's Vatav.
E,
Key.
E.
Oh, can I just ask a question? This is
Zero.
Teresa. What is that dot in the middle of the Dalit?
It's a grammatical thing.
Okay, just didn't want to get me thrown off. That.
No, it's the kind of thing, if you were taking exams to go to university in Israel, you would have to know that. If you're not, you don't have to worry about
Okay, Kidshanu.
it. Kiddushanu. You're going to pronounce, now,
Oh, Kidishanu. Okay.
Kiddushanu. And I think what the dot does is instead of saying Kiddushanu, which you would normally do, it says pronounce the Dalet. Kiddushanu. Kiddushanu.
I know. Mhm.
That's not the ooh sound?
But mitzvot tov.
Mitzvotav. Anything there you don't know?
No.
Next one.
Vitzivanu. Vitzivanu.
Manu.
Very good. Who said that, Diane?
Yeah.
Vitzivanu. Now notice, you could be confused and say, but there's a dot in this vav and a vowel. The vowel takes precedence. It becomes a vav because it has a vowel. Vitzivanu is absolutely perfect.
Ahila.
Ali.
Achilat.
Akilat.
Achilat, right?
Matzah.
Matzah.
Matzah. Okay.
Matzah.
Okay.
Matzah.
Let's see what this is about. Let's see what the first we just said. Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. We thank God for bringing bread from the earth. Now we're saying, praised are you, Lord our God, King of the universe, who made us holy.
Who made us
Kuf Daled Shin.
Hoshana.
Holy.
Kuf Daled Shin is the root for holiness.
cool.
Asher Kiddushanu, we know it's us because it has a new ending. But mitzvotav, with his commandment. What's a commandment in Hebrew?
Mitzvah.
Thank you. Mitzvah is a commandment. It's not tzedakah. It's a mitzvah to share with it, to give some money to somebody. It's a commandment. It's not charity. Okay, that's the other thing I go off on. And commanded us, the tziganu, about achilat, eating achilat, the eating of
Matzah.
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 Okay, so these two brachot go together. Normally, during most of the year, we just say this one, Hamotzi lechem min haaretz, right?
Right.
But on Pesach, we have to add Asher Kiddushanu v'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al achilat matzah. And if you have any Siddur would have it, or if you have it a Haggadah, you can find these to practice.
Well, Joan, you wouldn't say during Pesach, you wouldn't say 3, you would just say 4, right? Because you're not
No.
eating bread.
Absolutely not. You say both.
You do?
You say
Even though
both.
you're not eating bread, so to speak? Yeah?
Well, matzah, I guess, is a kind of bread.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I mean,
I didn't know that. I
I
thought,
guess
okay,
you say both. On Pesach, you say both.
okay.
At the Seder, you will say both. And if you are wanting to, when you eat any meal, you would say both.
Okay.
If you're going to eat matzah. If
Yeah.
you're not going to eat matzah, you don't have to say any of them.
So on Shabbos, then you would say the normal one, and then you would say the matzah one.
If it's Pesach, if it's Shabbos.
Yeah, if it's Pesach, yeah, okay. Which there'll be 2. The first night and the last night is Shabbos.
And anytime that you eat matzah, if you want to say the blessing.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'm not saying you should do it. I'm not saying I
Yeah,
do it.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm sure you've been with people who will stop and quietly say a blessing before they take a bite of bread. And if that kind of person who was observant in that way were eating matzah, he or she would say both blessings. But if in your case, it would only be if you're eating matzah and you want to say the blessing. At the Seder, it's part of the Seder. What you do on the end of the month, end of the week is, again, your business. But technically speaking, if you're eating matzah, you say both of these brachot. If you're drinking wine or grape juice, you say this one, the fruit of the vine. If you're eating any vegetable or anything that grows in the ground, borei pri ha'adama. Okay, now we're going to move on. And we said the bitter herb probably is something that grows in the ground, but if it's a bitter herb, if we're doing it because it's the bitter herb,
Maror.
here we go.
Maror.
Maror, right, there it is, maror. You can read it. See how much you can read? It's amazing. Look how much you can read.
Yeah.
Maror, right there.
Yeah.
And this one we just said, Asher Kiddushanu v'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al achilat matzah. And now we're going to say, Let's read it together. Asher
Here,
Shanu
Shanu,
Mitzvot
Mitzi,
Banu
Bane, El, Ahilat, Mar, Or.
See how brachot are just really, you just plug in the word that's necessary for that particular bracha. Isn't that amazing? So these two are exactly the same except for the last word. And you just read 5 brachot and you read them very well. And as I said, take out a Haggadah, take out a Siddur, you'll find it. Okay. Oh, we have one more.
Ma,
Nishana,
ta,
Halela,
na,
Ket,
na,
Mika, Halila, Halela, Ot.
What's that?
Why is this night different from all other nights?
What is that?
Four
One of the 4
questions.
questions.
Who's going to ask the 4 questions that you're saying?
Me, no, it used to be me.
Who's going to be the youngest person there? Won't be me. Manishtana halayla hasem mikol halelot. Isn't that amazing? Who wants to try it alone? Who's brave? Go ahead, Rochelle.
Manishtana halayla hazeh mikol halelot. That's how my son does it. So I'm
Halelot. No, we don't have that here. They didn't give us this. This is what I was told to give you. I would be glad to try to pull something up on Haggadah if you want to go further next week, but that's all. Anyway, you are so prepped for Pesach now that you don't even know what to do with it.
I have goosebumps. I really have goosebumps, I tell you. This is amazing.
You read it. You see, you had enough letters and you have enough background that it all makes sense. And I've got goosebumps for you because I think it's so exciting when you find you can read these things and not just recite them by rote or mumble them in an undertone because you don't know what they are. And you can read these. There is no question. Are there any questions, though, about anything we've done so far?
I do have a question. I'm sorry. I'm the remedial kid today.
Honey, never apologize for questions.
Okay, so the vowel that is the O, I think it's the Vav. So we're using it here as a V also, which I don't think we ever had.
Well, I'm telling you that now. Thank you for bringing that up. Vanu. It is a Vav. It is a letter. Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Dalet, Hey, Vav. It's the 6th letter of the alphabet, of the alphabet. It is also used as a vowel, an U vowel, or an O vowel somewhere. There we go, an O vowel right there. But when it has a vowel under it, it becomes the Vav again.
Okay. How did everybody else know that?
They guessed.
We guessed.
I mean, I know the prayers too, so I could, I could fake it too, but I didn't think we learned that, so I wasn't sure.
No, you haven't. You've learned enough that you're able to put 2 and 2 together and make it make 4, even if you didn't know one of the numbers.
Okay, got it.
No, you're not behind anybody. What you're doing is you're realizing these are things you've been saying forever.
Yeah, I know it makes sense.
And you can guess at a letter, and I think I pointed out every letter that we haven't had. Did I miss any?
I don't think so.
There's a Z.
The tzadi? Have we had the regular tzadi? This one?
No, it's I guess it's in line 6. Oh, Hazeh. We didn't have
Zion. That's the Zion.
Yeah, we didn't have that.
All right, you've had it now. And the dot doesn't mean anything. It's a grammatical thing. Don't worry about it. It's got the vowel under it. Hazeh. Zion. Okay? Any other letters that we haven't had that I sort of, you remember better than I which ones we haven't had. Although I should have it in front of me, but I don't. Okay.
שבכל הלילות אנו אוכלים חמץ ומצה, הלילה הזה כולו מצה.
I didn't mean to do that. If you touch a word, it ignites it.
Cool.
That
Oh,
cool?
look at that.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Joan, we're impressed with your technological skills.
Joan, can you email this to us?
Oh, yeah, I think I can.
Okay.
So if you,
I'm
can
gonna
you
get
just
brave.
forward, if the email that Julie sent you, if you just forward it to all of us, it should be, that's all you should have to do.
I'll try. I'll
Okay,
either do that or I'll just put it in. I will work on it. You have my word.
okay.
It may not be,
Yeah.
it will be by tomorrow. It may not be today. I don't know what today is.
No, not a problem.
Well, you have a medical appointment tomorrow.
Right. And I have to go shopping for food and Pesach and everything else. This is a very serious,
Oh my God, Joan, I must tell you, I paid $15.99 for 5 pounds of matzah. Never in my life have I paid that in Florida. Never.
Oh my God.
terrible. Isn't that terrible?
I used to get free. They used to give you a $5 coupon and you pay like $2 for 5 pounds of matzah. I almost fell off the chair. I mean,
Why isn't it any different than gas or meat in the grocery store or anything else? Look at the bill when you go for any kind of groceries, how outrageous it is.
Oh,
Jersey,
Check
I'm
out the
going
bris-
today, so I'm
check out
prepared.
the price.
Thank you for
Check out the
telling me.
price of brisket.
yeah. Well,
I-
maybe in
one
New
person-
Jersey, the
One
Be
per
New
better, but-
Jersey, you can still, if you spend $25, you get a free 5-pound matzah
yeah. So,
at Stop and
yeah.
Shop and ShopRite. So yeah.
And we don't have those here.
We don't have that
No.
one.
Have you priced brisket? It's unbelievable.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
I don't
expensive.
even want to know. I
Yeah.
put one in the freezer and I'm not making a Seder, so I'm not going to worry about it. But I don't even want to know what brisket would cost.
Mm. But don't get it at Costco because it has too much fat. Publix, which we now have in Charlotte, they'll cut off the fat for you.
Will they really?
Yeah, they'll trim the fat.
I don't like Publix because I think they're a bit outrageous. I
Well,
only
they are outrageous. I don't like how
Well,
they're set up.
we have Aldi and Walmart, and that's where I start. And then I only go to Publix if I can't find something or if it's a BOGO.
Well, we have Harris Teeter, which is owned by Kroger. So in Charlotte, just to take everyone offline, if there's a Harris Teeter now, there's going to be a Publix.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And
Well,
this is ridiculous because
my favorite is Trader Joe's. I think I'm going to start there and see what they have.
Yeah.
I really think I'm going to start there. They'll have prepared food for Pesach, I'm sure.
Yeah.
We will, and there's enough of a population here that I think they would. We'll find out though. Tomorrow's my big day after I get my toe stitches taken out. I had a hammer toe surgery a week and a half ago. It
Ooh,
was nothing.
Wow.
This guy is so good. It was nothing. And he's just got to take the stitches out tomorrow. That's the appointment.
Great.
I have a question since we're
Yeah.
unrelated
Back
to
to Hebrew.
when there's a Facebook message in Hebrew, there are no vowels. Is there any way to read it?
You got to know a little Hebrew.
No. So
no,
at
no,
some point,
I learned that. I learned Hebrew at Ohio State without vowels.
I'm sure you did.
And I had to write. And we had to write sentences
I'm
and
sure you
everything.
did.
And
Because
then,
you were learning conversational Hebrew and you were learning it on the college level. And when you go past second grade in Israel, there's no vowels.
yeah, and then when I had to learn Hebrew again with vowels, it screwed me over.
I can believe that, Hillary. But you know what? I can't do it here. But when I used to go onto the board, write out "Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star" without vowels, and you'll be able to read it. I used to
Because it's phonetic.
I used to put "Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star" but no vowels, and let it all run together, and the kids could read it because it was English. And
Right.
when you know a language, you can read without vowels. It's basically what it comes down to. I can generally read Hebrew without vowels. I don't understand every word, but I can generally read. I got brave and read Torah and I had no trouble reading the word. So it took a lot of guts because I've been terrified of that. Haftarah I do cold, but Torah is another issue. But the point is, you can't learn to read. You got to learn Hebrew to be able to read it without vowels. So when you get a Facebook from somebody from Israel, it's going to be, you can't help it.
Okay.
Okay. Any
you.
more questions on this? Should we go back to the book?
Mhm.
What would you like? If you'll give me a minute, I'll see if I can pull up that the Torah blessings. Would you like that?
Sure.
Sure.
Okay. All right. I'm going to get rid of this. Bear with me. I'm going to get rid of this, and I am going to get. I gotta go. Where did I find the Torah blessings? I put them here. I know that stopped. This. Wait a minute. I'm going to find it. If I'm lucky, here it is. Okay. All righty. Got it?
No,
Can you see it? No. Okay. Let me go back to.
You need to share the screen.
I know. You're pushing. I've got to get back into the Zoom. There I go. Okay. Now I will share the screen. If it works, it works. Where is my screen sharing? Here it is. There it is. Ooh, look at that.
oh, Joan, we are impressed.
You should be. That's as exciting as you're reading Hebrew. I'm trying to get rid of you. How do I get this over where it goes? Don't be too impressed yet. I haven't pulled it over. All right. Let's see. How do I move your picture? All right. If I get rid of Laura,
Don't get rid of me. I'm
trying. It's a high thumbnail. Oh, I can bring this down. Wait. I can bring it. Well, almost. Oh,
Go.
almost. Wait.
It's good.
Well, we haven't got the first word.
Did it just get smaller?
It
Yeah.
did. It did.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
sorry. Let me see if I can get it bigger.
There you go.
All right. The first one. I wish I could get the whole thing to show it to you.
Baruch et Adonai Hamvorach.
Havarak.
Yeah, but Baruch et Adonai Hamvarach. You all know that, right?
Mhm.
So let's assume that you can, maybe I can bring it down. No, that only goes up. Okay, Baruch et Adonai Hamvarach. That's the first one. But let's look here. What does this say?
Baruch
Baruch
Adonai
Adonai
Barak
Hamvorach Shalom Ba'ed.
Olam Va'ed.
Ba'ed.
Who read it and who did it by memory? Kat, who wants to read it slowly?
Baruch atah Hamvorach le'olam Va'ed.
Almost. This is not Atah, Teresa. What is it?
Adonai.
Yeah, now read the whole thing.
Adonai Hamvorach le'olam Va'ed.
Were you reading it?
Yes.
Good.
A little
Good.
slower.
No, because sometimes it's easier to recall from memory. This
A
one,
little of both.
a little of both. Okay. The
Wait.
first one is Baruch et Adonai Hamvarach. I can't get it down. But this one is Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Le'olam Va'ed. There's nothing there that we haven't done today. Okay. So what
Got
happens is, if you're called to the Torah for an Aliyah, you can say Baruch et Adonai Hamvarach, the one that's covered, and it'll be in front of you. You can read it. And then the congregation replies, Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Le'olam Va'ed. And then you repeat it.
Baruch
There are
atah.
people who are not
Adonai
used to it.
Hamvorach Shalom Ba'ed.
Right. There are people who are not used to this who skip that. Now, on this particular reading, it's easy to see because this is the congregational one, and then what you say is bold. But remember, you say the first line, And then the congregation responds with this, and then you repeat what the congregation said.
Mhm.
And it's all stuff you can read. There's nothing here you can't read. So when you're
Joan.
looking at it, try to read it, not just recite by rote. Now, what do we have? I want one person. Who's going to be brave?
I will.
Go, Hillary.
Do you want the whole thing or just the one line?
I'll stop you.
Okay. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam
Stop. What's that?
haolam.
What's that? What did she just read? Somebody else. What
It's
is
the beginning of a blessing.
It's the bracha formula, like every other bracha. Same difference. How do you like that? Okay. Celia, pick it up.
Asher, Bahar,
Kiddo.
Anu, Mikal, Ha'amin.
Perfect. I want to just, it's not a correction as much as something you don't know. When you have the word cold, kuf lamed, it's always cold, not cow. If you read it cow, you're not going to get it. That word is always cold.
What is it? Cold.
Cold, not cow. And there's no way you don't to know that, except sometimes the vowel is a little bit larger under it, and then it becomes cold. But if you read it, there's no reason you should have known that. So I'm not saying that. Okay, I need another brave soul. Who's going to be brave?
I'll do it. Benatan Lanu et Hato.
Well, no. Last word.
Torato.
Is Torah. Right. And then Bonnie's going to read the last line.
Oh, boy. Baruch atah Adonai. Now, what I don't know what that letter is at the beginning of that word.
We not had that letter. Does anybody know? It's a
No.
nun. It's a nun.
No.
Oh, okay.
It's a nun.
No.
Oh, I
no-
got it.
No ta.
Bonnie's reading.
I know. I just figured it
No
out.
ta.
No.
Oh, that's so cool.
No, I don't know.
Notain.
No.
No.
Tain.
No tain. Sorry. Ha. To. Ra.
Wow. No,
That's
Torah.
I have got to say, that is a
God
cool
gave
thing.
us the Torah. That's what it means. Praised are you, God, Adonai. Notain HaTorah, who gave us the Torah. Giving us, it's actually present tense. The line above, he gave us the Torah, but in this case, then you say, after you say, thank God for giving us the Torah. All right, let me translate this last blessing so it makes sense. Praised are you, Baruch atah Adonai. Praised are you, O God, our Lord, our God, Eloheinu, Melech HaOlam, King of the universe. Asher Bachar Banu Mikol Ha'amin, who selected us from among all the nations. Benatan Lanu et HaTorah, and gave us et Torato, his Torah, et Torato. And then the final one says, praise are you, O God, for giving us the Torah. So all these things are just basic thanks to God. That's what these blessings are. And we've done several of them today, and you really are right on it. Would somebody, what?
I have a question.
No.
The second and third lines, it seems to me we say the first one in the congregation says the second one, and you got it the reverse. Am I wrong?
Not at all. No, you say Baruch Hu et Hananai HaBarach, the one that's hidden.
Right.
And then the congregation says, Baruch Adonai HaBarach, and then you repeat it.
Okay, I thought it was the reverse, that we said it first and then they repeated it.
No, they
No.
say it and then we repeat it.
Okay.
Because they're answering your first line.
Okay.
Okay?
Used.
No, don't. It's a good question. I mean, not only are you going to be brilliant if you have an Aliyah, but you're going to be brilliant when you go to your Seder this year. I will see if I can send you this also.
Joan, I have a question, please. This
Yeah.
is Laura. Maybe you covered this last week when I wasn't here, but can we talk about, you said there are lots of different ways of saying Adonai or Adonai. I say Adonai.
I didn't. All right. Look here in the bracha, Adonai. Here in the
Mhm.
bracha, Adonai. My turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Adonai, Eloheinu, I don't know what that is. Eloheinu is our God. There are many ways of writing Adonai. And sometimes when you have two together, you pronounce them Adonai Eloheinu. When you see different ones, I'd have to show them to you. I don't get hung up on it.
That's okay.
Don't
Okay.
get hung up. As we're moving along, I'll try to find more. Okay.
Okay, that's fine.
Any other questions?
I have a question. I'm sorry.
I love the questions.
Okay. When you see like Melech, which is, I guess how many lines down is that? 1, 2 on that. Yes. And you have in the ha, you have the 2 dots.
Always the verb. What is that noise? Is that in somebody's house? Is it in my house?
Could be feedback.
Okay. The final chaf always has a vowel. It'll either be a shva, the silent vowel, or an a vowel.
So but when we see 2 dots, we would pronounce that as, so that's the silent. That's the shva. Okay, that's why. Okay.
And if it had the little t a vowel, it would be a. Chaf.
Okay. Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. Any other questions? That's a good question. Any others?
This says, there's an,
Go.
so this is just before the aliyah. We still have one blessing after the aliyah.
Oh, you're so smart. Okay.
No, I'm
No.
just cheating.
You're cheating. You're looking down. Hold on.
I have my own paper and I was like, I can
Watching
understand
the
it.
call. It's a garbage call. Okay.
Okay, no.
Very difficult, actually. what you
And that,
did.
yeah.
Let's go.
Baruch atah.
I want to know who's going to read the first 2 lines.
I'll read it.
I know. I'm going to choose. I am going to choose Diane Mashop to read the first 2 lines because I haven't heard
Okay.
from her today.
Baruch Atoy
Wait.
Adonai.
Baruch
Baruch Atah Adonai.
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 Listen. Adonai.
Adonai.
Nai.
Nai. Adonai. Adonai.
Listen, stop. It's not wrong to say Adonai, but that's the Ashkenazi way. And if you're reading everything else with the Sephardi pronunciation, you should say Adonai. No one would ever correct you the way I did. Too. Okay? Go ahead, Diane. Start again.
Eloheinu melech haolam.
Right. Sound familiar?
Yep.
What is it?
It's the beginning of the blessing.
Every blessing. Every blessing. Or as my friend Joel Grishaber would say, the bracha formula. Okay. Do you want to try one more line, Diane?
Share Natan Lanu Toret Torah
Finish.
Emet
No, finish that word here.
Torah.
Finish it.
Torah.
Torah. Yes.
Torah Emet.
Very good. That was cold reading and she wasn't trying to fake it. Laura, the next line.
Oi. This is,
It's not there. It doesn't say oi.
I get hung up on this first letter. So is
What's
it?
the first letter? Who can help us?
Is it a?
It's a vav. It means and. The.
Mhm.
The.
I'm lost on the first word.
The. Oh, no, you're not.
Okay.
First sound is the. What's the second? Some
Oh,
I don't know.
get little arrows. What's, I'm sorry, what's this letter here above my pointer?
I really don't know.
Who can help?
There,
hey,
I can't see where
Not
the,
a hay. It's not a hay. It's closed.
oh, aha.
It's a cha. Right. We had it earlier. We hadn't had the cha.
Vacha.
Okay. The,
yay.
oh,
But let her know. The chaye. Right.
the,
Okay. Next one's easier.
yeah, you say that. Olam.
Olam. Right.
Now
this letter we haven't had. It's a tet.
okay,
It's another T sound.
okay.
We had this one today. This is the nun, and this is the tet. This is a hard word.
Nata.
Yes. Miss Pat, you can read.
Bato.
Yes. How? How? It's 2 dots.
Oh, that's 2 dots.
Yeah.
Che. No, no, I don't know.
New.
New. Okay.
Okay. This is not easy. This is not easy. It's got several letters that you're not totally familiar with. I guess if what we've got to get is that chet, which is similar to the hay, but it doesn't. The hay is open. The chet is closed.
Okay.
You've got the nun, which we hadn't had, and the tet, which you haven't had. You wanted to get the brachot, so here we are. But the rest you've had. The tochenu, you've had all those letters. And this last line, I am going to ask, this one's very easy, so I'm going to make it very easy for Diane Goldenberg to read the last one.
Why didn't you ask me for this one?
Go ahead, Diane.
Ta, Adonai,
Adonai.
Adonai. Nota,
No.
Notenu,
No.
Note,
Notain.
Hurry.
Torah.
Yeah, Torah. That praise to you, oh God, who's given us the Torah. That's all that was.
Wow.
So you can read these lessons. You've got a few difficult letters, but there's no reason you can't read these. I am going to make a serious effort to email these things to you so you can practice them on your own. And you get the translations to boot.
Diane, I do have on YouTube, I found the chanting, because we have to chant.
Okay.
So, I can find the ones I
Yeah,
wrote.
yeah, you can
So
send
you
it,
can
yeah.
find the chanting, I'm sure. But before you get into the chanting, make sure you're reading it correctly.
Well, no, now it's like a light bulb. I mean, I'm sorry, but it's like a light bulb, because when I was reading the transliteration, V'chei olam nate natav v'tochenu sucked, but reading the Hebrew was like, oh, it looks better.
Yeah, it does, doesn't
And
it?
the light bulb went out, like, oh, these are the letters, and the transliteration's like, oh. So
My transliteration is my pet peeve. I hate it. But I understand why it has to be there. But I hate it. I hate it when I'm teaching. I hate it when I see kids relying on it. My daughter, who does bar mitzvah training at her congregation, occasionally has to do it all in translate, and I don't know how she can stand it. She's got more patience than I do. But she's told this kid knows no Hebrew, and we need to keep him, and you know how it is. She has to do it.
yeah, this makes so, I mean, because I've had to do the Aliyah a couple times, and I get so scared and nervous, honestly, and before taking this class. But now, next time I'm called on, I can read. I can do the Hebrew, and I'm excited.
Of course you can. And I am going to make a serious effort before I quit here today. I've got to be somewhere in an hour and a half, but I'll make a serious effort to get this off to you guys, okay?
Joan,
Thank
excuse
you.
me.
That's
Hey,
great.
Go ahead, Laura.
What again is the first word of the next to the last line that I could not figure out and still can't?
Yay.
Vicha-
It's a
Vicha-
vav without a, it's not a vowel, it's a vav. It has a vowel under it. This is a cha, yay.
vichaye. Okay,
It's a chet.
vichaye.
It's a
Okay.
chet. The chet is what looks like the hay, but it's closed. That's what
Okay,
you're
okay,
okay. The chaye.
vichaye. Okay, we have not had the V, we haven't had that
Gimel?
first
No,
word.
you had it today.
Oh, we had it today?
Well, you had to do Borei Pri Hagafen, so.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Vichaye. Okay, got it.
You've had most of the letters, and I think it's kind of fun. And this wasn't my idea. This was Julia's idea to get you the Pesach stuff. She sent me that link. And then so when one of you asked about this, I said, well, I can pull this up and let's see what we can do with it. So.
You know what else too is a little twist? The font this is the written font where the book is in bold, like bold
Right.
letters. So it's it's it looks different, but it's not really. It's in script. So
How many fonts do you read easily in English?
All of them.
Many.
If you go on your screen and you're going to write something, you have a choice of what, 20 fonts?
yeah.
And it doesn't matter. You can read them all.
Yeah.
And as you become more familiar with the Hebrew, you'll be able to read the Hebrew fonts.
Yeah, but
The tricky
I
one-
agree with Diane, though, that also was throwing me off
Yeah.
because I was memorizing the one that I saw in our handout, in
Yeah.
our book.
So now you can't memorize anything that they give you in transliteration. You have to read the Hebrew, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Let me try to get you this and the other one. Send them off to you, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
You're doing an incredible job, ladies. I can tell that you're happy with it because you're just really giving it your all, but you're doing an amazing job. And it makes it very rewarding for me too. So thank you again. And I'll see you all next week.
See you
Okay.
next week, Joan.
Okay.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Have a
Thank you,
good week,
Joan.
Bye,
everyone.
shalom.
Bye,
Bye, shalom.
Bye, shalom.